We've lost 2 battles with this team. Only 2 battles. It's pretty good, I'd say. We'll see. If I somehow miss Legend on this, I'll be... Yo, let's go. 30-30 right there. Hey everyone, I recently hit Legend in Master League Premier Classic, and I went on a pretty strong run. I think I went 14-3 using a Snorlax, Mamoswine, and Florges. This is the first time I used the Florges, so it was actually only single move for most of my battles on my Legend push, but it's super strong, especially in the right matchups, and Mamoswine with that high horsepower buff also makes it quite a threat. I don't have a ton of battles with this team, unfortunately, because I only did a patron stream and then a few battles. I was gone this past weekend in San Diego for a regional tournament, which I will cover in the next 2 videos. But a spoiler, I did pretty well and qualified for World Championship through that. So be on the lookout for those videos in the next few days. Before we get into the battles, a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you would also like to have early access to my strategies and lineups, or see behind the scenes footage of my battles, feel free to sign up in the Patreon link down below. Going into this first matchup, we run into a pretty familiar team. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it before. It is Gyarados with Double Charm. Now, with the Charm nerf these days, it's not nearly as strong as it used to be. But I am going to bring in my Mamoswine to avoid that Gyarados matchup, especially the Waterfall Gyarados. It's not a great one. And it looks like my opponent is shielding, so I'm just going to match shields and see if I can flip this, expecting that maybe I'm pretty good into it in the back. And I throw another Avalanche, and they shield again, which is kind of interesting. Now, I obviously didn't know this was Double Charm at the time, but getting a shield advantage here is pretty nice. And let's see what happens. And they come back in with Gyarados. This is what threw me off a little bit. So I'm probably going to throw a Body Slam and then swap out here. Yeah, we do get the debuff, unfortunately. So we do have to probably clear that right after swapping here. I'm going to let this go because at most it's probably Aqua Tail unless they're for some reason running Hydro Pump. But we already saw the crunch earlier, so we don't have to worry about that. And here comes the secondary Charmer. And as you can see, that Charm nerf is already kicking in here. Able to get off both moves here and win the Zero Shield very, very handily. And we do get Waterfall down here, but we have Energy Residual on this Snorlax and able to take out the Gyarados. Now, if you're wondering why I have my Snorlax Best Buddied, overall, it's much better against Gyarados with the Best Buddy. You actually win that matchup pretty easily. But also on top of that, it's the only thing out of my 3 that are Best Buddy. I just made the Florges earlier that day, and then the Mamoswine I just did not work on, unfortunately. So it's my only option, but if you have even if you have the option of the 3, I'd probably go Snorlax out of the way. Now, here's where the high horsepower really kicks in. If they don't shield, almost every Metagross shields that first move, so you can safely bait there. And then if they don't shield, you just get alignment, and then you're good to go. And if they do shield, they go down a shield, and I usually take out the Metagross with my Snorlax, and then I try to sweep with the Florges in the back. Alright, so my opponent here is going to counter swap me with a Waterfall Gyarados. I'm going to shield here because if I flip switch, great. If not, I at least grab a shield, and I could probably lick down. Snorlax can handle the Waterfall damage. And my opponent actually letting me farm them a little bit more to reduce the farm on their end. And then now they actually come in with a Snorlax here, and I expected them to probably superpower and dip, but now this gives me the alignment I want with my Florges against their Dragonite. And it looks like my cat is trying to escape the video, but we need to give the audience what they're looking for, which is a chunky cat, right? Am I right, Cranberry? All right, let's just reposition her and see if she wants to feel any better. But anyway, this is already a pretty solid matchup at this point too, because we're in a good spot, and then we still have energy, and my opponent is going to concede right there. All right. Excadrill, this is an interesting one. Excadrill is not that strong into this team. Does have a lot of great moves for the Snorlax, and then also you can take it out with Mamoswine. So I am going to swap over to my Mamoswine here. I can take the first move, no problem. And again, you don't want to throw Rock Slide against Mamoswine. Both Rock Slide and Drill Run are neutral. Drill Run just does more damage. There's really no need to throw the Rock Slide. The only reason to throw Rock Slide is if you expect an impending catch, but because I'm the one that swapped in, there's no possible catch. So might have been just a misclick, I don't know. But yeah, that's the only reason to ever throw Rock Slide against Mamoswine is if you think they're going to catch it on like a Gyarados or a Dragonite or something. Either way, we are able to finish off this Florges with the Snorlax, and then now if they come in with the Excadrill, we could just superpower. They actually come in Dragonite, but all we do is shield here, throw out Moonblast, and we should be fine. Now, I go all Fairy moveset on my Florges. The only reason to run the Vine Whip fast move, it doesn't generate energy as quickly as Fairy Wind, is that you have a much better matchup against Excadrill, especially on even shields. Obviously, I had a shield advantage there, so it's no big deal. But that is one thing worth considering. I personally like the Fairy moveset for this specific team, but that's just my personal preference. Now, my opponent is going Wild Charge and then Dip here, so I'm going to swap over. And the benefit here for Dragon Breath Gyarados is you're resisting all that dragon damage, and the Aqua Tails are not that deadly. So this is the first time I was running into a team composition like this. I didn't really think it through, but if they have like a fighting Pokemon in the back or Dragonite in the back, you could be in a little bit of trouble. Obviously, Mamoswine is pretty good against Dragonite, but those superpowers definitely can cause some problems. And then I am going to swap out here to pivot out, just because I'm thinking maybe they do have a Dragonite or something in the back I have to worry about. It's a Conkeldurr. This is not good. I probably should have done superpower here too, because I wouldn't get one move off, and just reduce the farm a little bit. But yeah, this is a tough spot for me to be in. I do have a shields, but unfortunately, we are forced to shield one Dynamic Punch, and then now I have to throw the Disarming Voice, and now I have to come in Mamoswine into the Conkeldurr, which is never a good time. I think I probably should overfarm this a little bit more, but unfortunately, I did not have enough health to do that, and we get finished off by the Magnezone. So I did do that pivot out there, but unfortunately I think it's probably a little too late, or just in general Conkeldurr is very good, especially in the lead into this team. You don't see it super commonly in Master League Premier Classic, which is why it was a weakness I was willing to have. Oh my gosh, I know Conkeldurr is not great. All right, I think she's done. Mamoswine. What I typically do here is I throw a superpower and then swap out. If they shield, that's fine. We get a shield advantage. If not, no big deal. This opponent at least knows to throw Drill Run, which is good. They are also running a team very weak to fighting types in the league too. So I guess we're on the same page there. But yeah, Drill Run is going to take me out if I don't shield, and I have a lot of energy, so I decided to shield. And we're able to grab both shields, and I think we charge from priority on this third move, which is perfect, because now we take out the Excadrill, and they come in Dragonite. We're fine. Most Dragonites are not running that Hurricane moveset, and we're able to finish it off. All right, and then in this last battle, we have a battle against Zaxxon, a very top-tier battler, and we have a Snorlax Mirror, which is kind of a weird one. I typically go Body Slam here first. Superpower's not going to take it out anyway. He actually shields, which is interesting. I didn't really expect that. Most Snorlax users do not shield, because most Snorlax users do throw that Body Slam first. Now I'm going to shield the potential superpower, and here it comes. And then he actually comes in with Metagross. And this is where it gets tricky, because with superpower, you're not going to take it out, but you're going to do enough chip damage at least. So I'm going to shield here, just because I have a lot of energy, and we CMP'd here. And I should be able to get a third superpower off if need be, and then I'm just going to throw a Body Slam, because at this point they're quite low, and I believe I can lick down even if I don't land it. So we're able to take out the Metagross, so this is probably the hugest threat for our team. And then they actually does have the Conkeldurr, so this is interesting. Now even if he catches a move here, it's not the end of the world, and I'm just going to throw this Moonblast either way, just so that I could potentially farm this down. We do get a shield, which is kind of nice, and I do throw an Avalanche here to try to weaken this Snorlax. It puts in an interesting farm range. Unfortunately, not enough to finish it off, and they do lick me down. And we get hit by Body Slam, so this is going to be very, very close. The Conkeldurr is pretty much energy dry though, so I just need to get this Moonblast, and he quits out right before I get there, because I think he knows the timing of the moves. Also, to cap off the battles, I'm going to show you my last battle that I did before hitting Legend, and it's a pretty good one. So it still should work a decent amount, but we'll see. All right. Ooh, how do we play this out? 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is actually kind of nice. We just stay in here. Yeah, I'll just throw two. Two and then throw. And crunch? Interesting. Yeah, we should be in an okay spot here. My guess is he has something for this Snorlax. So we should be in a good spot. I mean, I don't really need switch advantage here. Oh, okay. He just lets it go. Interesting. What does he have in the back for Snorlax? If it's Metagross, I'm kind of in a tough spot, but we'll see. One. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot here. Oh, he shields? What? How would he shield that? Maybe he thought I had Outrage? We're chilling here. We just saved the shields for the Florges. We also CMP here. Nice. Could be a Moonblast. Doesn't really matter. I guess I don't outpace the next one, but that's fine. All right. I think this is it. I think this is the last battle to Legend. Oh, he went Disarming Voice too. Oh, even better. 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be another Disarming Voice, I think. Oh, no. It could be Moonblast. Oh, no. Okay, he goes Disarming Voice again. Interesting. Oh, let's go. That's huge. Yeah, we just shield this and we just win, right? Like, there's nothing that, Yeah, I think he knows. Nice. Let's go. This is the Legend. Funny enough, we've lost 2 battles with this team. Only 2 battles. I'll see. If I somehow miss Legend on this, I'll be... Yo, let's go. 30-30 right there. GG's. And even though Master League Premier Classic is going away after this rotation, Master League Premier will still be here. So these are great Pokemon to start working towards level 50 if you haven't, for future leagues as well. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, I was in San Diego this past weekend, so unfortunately not a lot of time to do GBL, but definitely stay tuned if you want to see my run to make it to the grand finals in this regional and qualifying for World Championship in Yokohama, Japan later this year. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like and share, subscribe for future content, hit that notification bell to get alerted right when I post a new video, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.